Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Fates Quickies. Today we will be doing Paralogue 2, Dragon Blood. Paralogue 2 is Kana's Paralogue, Kana of course being Corrin's child. In this Paralogue, Kana goes berserk and turns into a dragon with really high stats that you'll basically never see enter combat. This map has the classic Conquest Paralogue trend of being a route map, even though it's available in all three routes. Now, we're visiting this Paralogue outside of the Paralogue chain that I talked about in my pairing guide. There's really two big reasons. The first one is that we get two really simple to capture berserkers that spawn right here. And the second reason is that there's a lot of EXP to get on this map. Now, before we get started on the chapter, let's just quickly talk about what all I got in terms of preparations. This time it's really quick. I just bought 2 bronze daggers, forced into the kindness for Kaze, and I also got 2 of the brooms that I got randomly and forged into the boomstick. You'll probably never see me use it because it's not that great of a weapon. Alright, let's get this party started. Now, the threat level of the enemies on this map, how threatening they are, is very easy to see. All the unpromoted enemies and also the boss are not super threatening, whereas the promoted enemies that are generics are insanely scary with really high stats and a bunch of skills that can really just mess up your day. So those are the main guys to watch out for. Thankfully, none of them have 2 range, and the Falcon Knights are also weak to bows, which we can take advantage of. So we're going to, first of all, turn on the range of all of those guys to make sure that we do not go into their range whatsoever unless we're doing it on purpose. We're going to be moving Kaze over to this bridge so that he can take care of these diviners. Let's talk about Kaze for a little bit. Kaze is a ninja, and he joined us right after last chapter. He's one of the few units available in all 3 routes, and he's really good. He's the most easily accessible ninja in Conquest, and he follows the class's stats to a T. He has a bunch of speed, a bunch of skill, and a bunch of res, but he does not have that much strength and defense. To offset this, we've given him a Baruka pair-up. Baruka, of course, is a Wyvern Rider and gives him +3 strength and defense without any supports. We're going to move Kaze onto this bridge, but outside of the range of the Swordmaster, equip the Kindness, and end turn with him. Then we're going to be moving Corrin over to this Dragonbane and activating it. This Dragonbane causes water to spawn here and makes the enemies have a harder time getting through here and are more likely just going to face you on the bridge if you give them any targets whatsoever. Next up, we're going to be moving Odin over here. We're putting Odin here because these are all archers and they're green enemies, so we can easily take care of that. Next up, we can just move Odin here and start working on the Shrine Maiden. If our Odin wasn't trash, then he would actually be able to 2-hit KO that Shrine Maiden, but we don't exist in a world where we have a good Odin, so we're just going to have to deal with 3-hit KOs. Next, we're going to switch to Effie, and then we're going to separate here. We're going to be baiting the Sky Knight, and then, yeah. We're just going to go into a ball right here. As you can see, Odin's just doing his job. Kaze's able to one-round these guys easily. Now, we can take out, we want to take out as many enemies on this map as possible before turn 8, which is when the capturables show up. The reason that we're talking about turn 8 is because, the reason we can take out basically everybody is because of these Shrine Maidens. The Shrine Maidens obviously will not attack you because they quite literally cannot attack you, and as a result, they're just fodder. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having, I got off track. We're going to have Felicia take care of this. Not the greatest hit rates, but it's not that much of an issue because we have about, 80 units surrounding this Sky Knight, so she's basically dead. Good level up on Felicia. Next up, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be one-hit KOing this Sky Knight right here with Niles. We're going to be moving Silas into Effie's backpack. We're going to move Effie into range of these 3 Falcon Knights. Now, we waited for this turn so that we could bait the Sky Knights, and also so that we could take care of these guys easily once my Corrin got back from the Dragonbane, and also once Kaze got back from taking care of those enemies. Now, this Sky Knight, obviously, she's going to be going for Azura because she deals the most damage to Azura. If you don't have an Azura this good, even though my Azura isn't really that great, you can just buy an HP and or a defense tonic to help offset that. We're going to be putting Effie right here because this is the tile where we're going to be able to bait this Falcon Knight and actually attack her this turn. Camilla also gives her Rose's Thorns, which allows Effie to deal a bit more damage to the Sky Knight. Then we're going to be dancing for Felicia to get a bit more EXP. Then we'll be healing Kaze. Just keep working on this Shrine Maiden with Odin. way, if he misses a shot against one of these archers, you should kill a low HP archer next turn so that you don't get hit by more people. Also, groundbreaking news here, actually good level up on Odin, first time in human history that's ever happened. Anyways, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be attacking this Sky Knight with Arthur. If this misses, it's really not that much of a big deal. Yeah, we can just take care of that later. The main idea was just so that we could move Arthur out of the way so that we can take care of this Sky Knight with Niles using a dual strike. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to try to take her out. That was actually a misclick. What I wanted to do was swap to Silas and chip her so that we could give the kill to Kaze, but Effie killing works too. What we're going to do is we're going to be, sorry about this, I'm just trying to think real quickly. Yeah, we're just going to attack here, make sure Effie has a good weapon equipped, yes. So we're just going to be attacking here. Niles has 100 accuracy, but Effie doesn't have the greatest accuracy. If she misses, you can just use one of either Corrin or Camilla to clean up this kill. As you can see, she missed, which is not that much of an issue. I'll show you how to clean it up with Corrin and Camilla right now. You can just move Camilla here, and then have her take care of this Sky Knight. After that, we just do the same thing again. Make sure you have the highest hit rates offered available to you. This one actually worked. If it didn't work, then we would have had Corrin take care of it. But now we can have Corrin take care of this Sky Knight. Ooh, that's not that great. Felicia can probably take care of the Sky Knight. Yep. Felicia can't deal that much damage to the Falcon Knights, but she can do just fine against the Sky Knights. We're going to move Kaze over, and then we're going to finally kill the Shrine Maiden. All right. Once you move on to those bridges, you start attracting these guys. Now, Felicia, we're going to need her to heal up Effie because Effie is going to be necessary in this next part. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be pairing up Arthur with Camilla. Camilla is going to go here. She's going to be using the dual club. Get a level up on Camilla. Ooh, it's not that great of a level up. A bit odd. Usually Camilla gets great level ups, but it's not that much of an issue. Then we're going to have Effie go here, kill that samurai. Then what we can do is we can move over here with Kaze because the moat, though it might seem that you can't actually walk on the moat, you can walk on the moat. It's just that it takes a lot of movement. Then we can finally finish off this guy with Kaze. Now, it's an important thing to remember about that Sword Master. He does have Vantage, so keep that in mind when you're trying to tank him. Or when you're trying to attack him when he's at low HP. Next up, we're going to be dancing for Kaze, and we're going to be moving him out so we can attack these guys. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we want to get close to that, to the Shrine Maiden so we can take her out as soon as possible. And lowering that guy's HP makes the Shrine Maiden want to go for him. Alright. We can take out this guy. Then what we can do is we can just move Effie over here and take care of this guy. Now, next up is this guy. This is the only really super threatening enemy left on the map. He has 18 speed, important to remember, 20 defense, and he also has seal defense, so you really want to kill him in one combat. Enter Camilla again. So Camilla's going to be able to take him out with an Arthur pair up because she has 24 speed and 24 minus 8. 24 is 5 more than 18. It's 6 more than 18, so she'll be able to double with the neuron activation equip. And she does 43 damage with that thing. 43 damage? Holy shit. Anyways, she does 43 damage with it. 44 because of weapon triangle. 44 minus 20 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48, which is more than that guy's HP. So we're going to be moving Camilla right here. We're going to be dancing for Felicia. Make sure Felicia is able to mend up as many people as possible. Camilla can basically by herself take out these guys. It's important to keep in mind there's an Ox Spirit guy here, but like that guy is a total nerd, so nobody really cares about him. So we let that archer attack Kana because Kana's stats are so high that she can basically take out anything that comes at her. As you can see, she did solid 168 damage there. Not that great, you know, not as good as I've done with Dimitri's and Eredbar, but I don't know. I'd say it's enough to get the job done. We're going to move Felicia here to take care of this guy because the only other guy left, as we can see, is a Diviner, and we've established that Felicia really doesn't give a shit about magical enemies. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be just making sure we highlight the range of the archer. We're going to move Felicia, sorry, not Felicia, we're going to be moving Miles over here. We're going to move Camilla out of range, and we're going to be putting Kaze in range. Kaze in range of this magic guy right here. So we can one. As you can see, the magic user actually can't target this tile, and instead the spear fighter can target this tile. So if we can find an enemy that can find a unit that can want one round of that spear fighter, and Camilla is probably the option here. 20 damage. This guy does 3 damage, 2 damage to Camilla. Okay, yeah. We're gonna be moving Odin over here because these are all spear fighters, and he really doesn't want to mess with those guys. There's no other Shrine Maidens left, so we're just gonna keep it this way. We're also going to separate out with Silas and Effie so that we can make sure that we can have more units available next turn to do dual strikes and whatnot. Felicia's surprisingly not doubling that mage, but still not that much of an issue considering that we did no damage to her. So the boss is out here, and we can easily take care of him next turn using basically anybody because the boss is actually does not have stats as high as you would think. All right, let's move Odin further towards here. Now, remember. Turn 8 is when these two guys spawn. So next turn, those guys are spawning. So we need to get Niles over there after this turn is after we've taken care of all these enemies. Camilla can probably double this guy best she can. As you can see, Camilla can she can take a lot of punishment, and that guy even gives a lot of the XP, even though he's not that strong. And Camilla getting a bit of an okay level up. Normally you expect Camilla to get speed because she's one of the fastest units in the game. Let's not that much damage. Alright, let's see whether we can't, yes. One can get a kill on this archer. Okay. Felicia's able to double these guys, which is great. You can use Corrin's pair up. Corrin's personal, by the way, supportive. Doesn't just work for pair up; it works for dual strike as well, and all kinds of support basically. So basically, if you have a C support with any unit, you can give them +10 hit by just standing next to them. We're gonna have Kaze take care of this guy. Then we're gonna have Silas go ahead. We're gonna see how far Niles can go. So we're gonna go with him. Yes, there we go. Advance for Niles, move him out here. Those guys are gonna be spawning very soon. Just move out of the way just in case. We're gonna be going over here, healing with Felicia. We're also gonna be moving over here. Now, Kaze has a guaranteed 1-round KO on the Shrine Maiden, so that's why we're keeping him there, just so that he can end the map once we're done with those guys. Also going to be again separated out. Waiting. As you can see, these guys show up. So, meet Lloyd and Lulin. These guys are the classic Fire Emblem trope of having two extremely uncomfortably sexual berserkers as enemies. However, in this game, we're able to capture these berserkers. Now, these guys actually have some really beefy bases, so you do want to be careful when trying to kill them. You really only need one, though if you want to, you can get both. We're going to be, for us, we're going to be killing Lulin, even though he's, sorry, we're going to be killing Lloyd and recruiting Lulin. As you can see, they have extremely bad names for Kana, and they're not okay with that, so we're going to be taking care of them. Just destroy them. So we're going to do this, switch, attack, then we're going to switch, dance for Niles yet again, and then we're going to capture this time. Capture. Ooh, that's a miss. You hate to see it. can see, he only has a steel axe, and nobody's in range, so we can just go here and just freeze him in place. It's fine. Kaze, just get him into range. After turn 8, you really want to get through this map as quickly as possible before it hits turn 11, because if it hits turn 11, things are about to go down. Because that's when you get relentless waves of reinforcements that come and mess you up. Our Niles has an insane amount of strength. Holy shit. 15 strength on a level 14 Niles is not the kind of thing you usually see. Anyways, we're going to be just killing the Shrine Maiden and finishing our map. 10 turns, Odin and Nyx MVP. After this, we get a random Dragonstone out of the middle of nowhere, and we give it to Kana. And that's that. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. If you want to see, if you have any suggestions, any recommendations, please leave them in the comment section. If you want to see more of this, then subscribe, and we all know what the notification bell does by now. Have a good day. See you next time. Bye.